All right, welcome to the...
Yeah, this is it. This way, sir? Our director, terrific, thanks.
Welcome to the March meeting of the Orange County Funding Corporation.
For finance?
For finance, I'd like to call the meeting to order. It is 4:03 p.m. on Wednesday. Bill, roll call.
Okay, terrific. Mark Green?
Present.
Jeff Christ?
Here.
Okay, Dean Tambury is absent, so 2 out of 3 committee members present. Also staff, myself, Bill Fioravanti, Kelly Riley, Jose Rojas from Acquisitions Marketing doing our AV, and of course our external CFO, Shannon Manisi from RBT CPAs.
All right, and notice of the meeting was duly and properly provided?
Yes, that's in the packets.
All right, then let's move on.
Okay.
Approval of minutes from February 21st for the OCFC Finance Committee meeting. Hopefully
I'll make
we'll
that
go through
motion
them.
to accept.
All right, first order of business, approve the minutes. I will second it.
There we go.
All in favor? Aye. No one else opposed?
We're on a roll already.
We're flying along here, Bill. We're making it happen. Let's see. New business. We'll go through the financials.
Yeah.
So let's do that.
So we're going to go right to page 5 in your OCFC finance packet, and we will kick it to Shannon to review the income statement.
Okay, so for the month of February, there was $176.76 in interest, and that's from the banking and from the loans. You're gonna see the new line item that we talked about last month. It's the management fee expense. So that line is based off of the January actual expenses of the IDA that are related to shared expenses for OCFC. So that's the only new line item that you'll see, and only major change from normal months. So that was $6,067.95. So overall for the month, you had $8,183.68 in expenses, with only $176 in revenue, so you're at a loss of $8,006.92.
All right, Shannon, real quick, just to make sure. So this is our new format, right? This is the managerial fees. This is, rent, all that stuff that's underneath that, correct?
Yeah, so there'll be a breakdown. So when you see the invoice every month to pay these, it'll give you a specific breakdown of the line items that are applicable to OCFC, because there are certain expenses that are not related at all, and it's only going to be those that are applicable to OCFC, and that'll be on the invoice from the IDA.
Doesn't make sense for us to have that invoice part of this packet.
We can do that if you'd like.
Is it difficult?
No, we can do that.
Just so we can check the box.
Sure.
If it's not to this room.
Not at all.
Okay, so going forward, we'll do that. Make sense?
Will that include salaries?
Correct.
Yeah,
Right.
all that
it's
stuff.
Allocation of, it's a percentage, so the agreed upon percentage that was approved was 84.16. So out of the payroll expenses, 16% is allocated to OCFC.
So I think where you were going, Jeff, was we can't have employees in here because technically this doesn't have employees. That's why it's a managerial fee.
Okay.
So all the, it's the fee that is encumbered upon the FC to do their day-to-day operations and recognize that they take a portion of people's time to do this, even if it's just putting this together, right? So, does that make sense?
Yes. Our budget number shows salaries. Is that something we need to correct because we made that adjustment under February budget salaries?
So that is something that I would make a recommendation to do, is that we do budget modifications, so that we would take those lines away and really bring them into the management fee expense line.
Okay, yeah.
But that would be a recommendation to do it, and you'd have to do board approval for that.
Is that something we would like to try to do today, or we need to kind of prepare for the next meeting?
What do you think, Kelly?
I don't see any reason why you can't do that today.
Okay.
I mean, you don't need a resolution or anything, do you, Shannon?
No, it's just, it needs to be documented that you're just gonna do a budget modification, really.
Okay.
Thank you.
Because technically you had approved the budget the way that it's laid out, but to be more transparent and realistic with the OCFC expenses, you're now adding this particular line item and not having the detail behind certain other items. So it's really just changing the classification. That's why it's called a budget modification.
So they just have to vote on it, right?
And then when you go to do the budgets for the next year, you would then set it up the same way that we're presenting it now.
Okay. Do you want to do that now?
Do it.
In the board meeting?
Or in the
Well,
committee?
don't you have to do it in the committee meeting and then you have to bring it to the board meeting, or you just have to take it to the board meeting?
You can make the recommendation here to bring it to the board.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you should do that.
Yeah, I would think so.
Yes. All right, so do we vote on this? Do we have to, or do we just say we're going to do this?
It's your preference.
I think you
don't
want.
think you have to vote on it, but if you want
I
to
think
do
we might as
everything.
well. Might as well have a motion in a second and,
I would vote on it just to be on the safe side.
yeah, exactly.
I'll make that motion.
I will second the motion to explain the management fees and collapse out the payroll expenses. And then going forward, we just make sure that we have that sheet in there that shows what makes up the management fee expense. Yeah. All right, we good?
You may want
Budget
to
modification.
restate that motion just so that something Marty can actually type out.
I think you should just do budget modification and changing classification of different, I don't know, different accounts or something, right?
Counts, right? So moved.
I would just say it's a budget modification to change the classification between the different categories.
Okay.
So
That's
moved.
all you're
So
doing, you're
moved.
changing the categories, that's it.
We get a second? Okay.
I feel like my inexperience is bogging us down. I
No, not
apologize.
at all. We're not bogging us down at all. We're doing great. All right.
Does that include the modification for January as well?
So because the invoices are based off of the prior month's actual, OCFC is gonna be a month behind
Okay,
in that regard.
got it. So January is kind of a blank.
Yeah. As of right now, because we didn't implement
I had
it
to
in
close the year.
2024.
We have to close them,
So
well,
for full purposes, at the end of '24, we will do an accrual based on the IDA's actual expenses, so you will see that then. But for this year, you won't, because I'm not gonna change the process. We're changing it now, so for me to kind of go back, it wouldn't make sense.
and technically, the way we have to work this is, on theory, March 31st, a bill would be created saying these are what's due to the IDA, and then the FC, so it'll always be a month behind.
Yeah, makes sense.
Okay. We good?
Did they all in
Yes.
favor?
Do we vote?
Aye.
Yeah, I'm not sure
Aye.
you did. Yes,
Yes.
aye. Okay, terrific. And then we'll need a motion to recommend to the full board the profit loss statement for approval.
I'll make that motion to approve.
I will
Profit
second it.
loss.
I will second it.
Great. Can we get a vote?
Aye.
Aye.
Terrific. Okay, that passes. On to payables. Did you need to, we're good on this piece here? Any further discussion on it? We alluded to it, but it's longer for IDA, obviously. I'm sorry, before payables, on to page 7, please, Shannon, for cash.
Sure. So you'll see your CDs there. You have TD Bank for $547, your JP Morgan T-bill of $599, and your Lakeland for $600,000. And then you have $161,000 in your checking account. So for a total of $1.9 million.
Very good, thank you.
And then the next page is the OCFC loan. Really no significant change. You have one loan that's making monthly payments, so that's it. So your balance as of February is $53,588.
Great.
All right, we do need to go back to page 7,
Okay.
because the CD is coming due at the end of March. So we probably want to have an understanding as to what we're doing. I know it wasn't originally, but I just noticed that this is coming due. So,
And I gave you each a printout of the different rates.
The rates that Kelly collected?
Yes.
You have that, right? Okay, good.
so here's my thought process. We've got what we should probably do with this TD Bank is we should do a 6-month, and if we can, put it in the JP Morgan Treasury. Because what that'll do is then that'll bring us to the end of September. Right, because we have a 1 year that's coming due next January. We have a 6-month that's coming due in June. So what we should do then is, so in 3 months from now, that 600,000 or 599.76 comes due. So what we should do then is take this one, make it a 6 month, so this then will come due in September. So we'll have them coming in June, September, January, and that way we're on a 3-month cycle rotating
We'll
forward.
have that laddering going now, it's great.
Right? Makes sense to everybody?
Yeah.
You're looking at the highest rate for that time frame.
Well, I am, but I'm also thinking, we've got Lakeland, right? So then the next highest rate is Lakeland, but to diversify, that's why I was thinking the JP Morgan.
Yep.
So yes, it happens to be the higher rate, but I also like the fact that, again, we're well, I guess, the other T-bill's coming due anyway, so, but I guess with all, it is a treasury bill, right? It's a T-bill.
Yeah,
That is-
JP Morgan it is.
Right, a second.
It's safer than even a bank. So I'd rather go with that. That would be my suggestion, if you have.
I'll make that motion.
All right, so
Makes sense.
you all so we're gonna move that, when that comes due 3/26, the TD Bank, we move that into a 6-month.
The principal, of course, right, the original corpus, or however you'd say that, meaning not the interest necessarily, or
Well,
a round number?
I think I would take the interest and kind of round it up. If you could round this up to an even 550, I think we're still good with our checking account, right? We have,
Same like
so I wouldn't say let's take money out, but, I'd like to kind of keep the money rolling. So if we, again, I'm not quite sure what the interest would be on that. Give me 2 seconds. Unless Kelly knows, because Kelly's smart. 547 you're looking at roughly $7,200 that should be coming due. So, you could take that and round this up pretty darn close to, you know, 550, almost 555,000. So, you know, if you can do that, that'd be great.
So anywhere between 550 to 555?
Yeah. I mean, you know, look, if you needed to take $1,000 or $2,000 out of the checking account, I don't know if that would really break you, right? I mean, I think you still have a very good pad here based on our expenses every month and such, and the fact that we have, you know, over 600,000 coming due in June. So really, that checking only has to make sure we have 3 months, which I think is more than prudent. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes. In 6 months, right? At the 5.2%?
Yeah, 6-month JP Morgan Treasury, looks like 5.2%.
That's as of right now, but we have to wait for this to come due, so
Yeah.
it could change.
Yeah.
True.
So-
Right.
Yes, the rule changes every day, understood.
Exactly. Okay, so, I don't know if Jeff needs to restate the motion with the specifics there, but
I'm happy to do so, to go with
Sure.
JP Morgan T-bill for 6 months and adjust the total amount to include a portion or most all of the interest.
great. Terrific, okay. We have a motion,
I
second?
second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Terrific, motion passes, great. Okay, thank you. Let's squeeze that one in. Now we will,
Motion to adjourn?
did
we got more?
Yeah, we still, I don't think we did the payables, did we? We approved them?
Just-
Did we approve them? Okay.
I don't think we
Well,
voted.
I don't
think
I
we
didn't know
voted.
if we
You
needed
went
to.
past you did the pay, you looked at the page and then.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, so these are,
I'm still not used to that format, I was looking for more of us, yeah.
Skate Hosting is our
You
legal
waved at us.
counsel, and
Yeah.
ODT is our CFO for hire bookkeeper.
okay. Are these aren't monthly charges, are they?
Yes.
Yeah?
But-
I mean, it's not even monthly,
Not
it's-
the exact amount. Well, for RBT, it's the same amount every month. That's the broken out amount.
Yeah.
BH has, it depends upon how much work they do for OCFC.
And both of those firms, of course, bill separately. It's not the percentage.
Yeah.
They
Directly.
bill whatever it is exactly, however many hours
Mhm.
appropriated each, okay. So we'll need a motion, a second, and a vote to,
Motion to pay the bills, to approve the bill?
yeah.
I'll second that.
Yes, terrific, okay, great, second.
Seems like a good idea.
Okay, I agree. All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Terrific. Okay.
And do you need approval for the OCFC loans too?
I think we've gone back and forth on that, but let's review that. Let's get to page 8, the Small Business Resiliency Loan Report. Shannon, I'll let you report that as well too, please. I think
We
that was-
already
She
did
already
it.
Oh, we did do that, exactly. We didn't approve it yet. We didn't approve it, sorry.
Right.
I need a motion, a second. You just froze there, sorry. Oh, man. It's never happened before. What is that about? I'm not sure, I hope it wasn't too critical, but we do need a motion, a second, and a vote, sorry.
I'll make that motion.
Okay,
Second.
okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Terrific, motion passes. And just the audit, last item before adjournment?
Yeah, I mean, I hope, are we still live even though she's frozen?
Yes, we just lost Shannon, but we're still.
All right, no, you know, there's really, you know, nothing quote-unquote official as far as the audit goes, but I do want to express my gratitude and really kudos to the team. You know, the audit came back with absolutely no action required, which is, in my experience, very rare. That means that all of our Ts were crossed, all of our Is were dotted. Really, I truly am very, very proud of the efforts that you all did, and thank you.
Thank you.
And I know that we are, as soon as we are done, Paris, right, which is the reporting, is on track to be done on time, and which is again another big lift that's going to get done and be in on time, where I know a lot of other people are always asking for, extensions and requests and things like that, but we are getting it done when it should be done and how it should be done. So truly, thank you to you. Marty's not here, I'll thank her in person, but thank you all very much.
Much appreciated. Thank you. I think that's it, except for a motion to adjourn.
Also move.
I will second it.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Terrific. And we are adjourned at 4:23 PM. All right, we'll be moving on to Orange County IDA Finance Committee.
Can we get Shannon back?
Yeah, good question. She is gone, huh?
Might be kind of convenient to have her.
I'd say for sure. What happened to her?
With water bottles, so we'll use that. Was her signal bad? Can you tell?
Yeah, she was skipping here and there.
Interesting.
We still live?
Hi, Shannon. Are you able to jump back on for ID? Okay. Terrific. Okay, we'll see you in a minute. Thank you. Bye-bye. Her internet went down, so she's just jumping on her hotspot. And joining us in a minute. Great. Thank you, Shannon.
Back.
Hello?
So ready for you to call the meeting to order.
Technical
4:25.
difficulties.
Happens to the best of us.
Boy, all the things we did while you weren't around. All right,
Hopefully it was all good accomplishments.
yes, all right.
All right, so I'm presuming that we're ready for May.
We're just
not
about
yet.
to open the meeting, so we didn't want to open the meeting without you for OCID. Be-
All right.
One moment.
All right, so everyone, welcome to the March Finance Committee meeting for the Orange County IDA. Let's call this meeting to order. Time is 4:26 PM on Wednesday. Bill, if you will do the roll call, please.
Sure. Mark Green,
Present.
Jeff Christ.
Here.
All right, 2 of 3 committee members present. Dean Tamburri is excused absence. For staff, myself, Bill Fioravanti, Kelly Riley, Jose Rojas on AV, and Shannon Manisi with RBT CPAs. So,
All right, proof of notice, this meeting was duly and properly provided. And so, let's move forward.
terrific.
Let's approve the minutes from the February 21st meeting. Can I get a motion, sir?
Also
It's you and
move
me.
the minutes.
It's you and me. I will second that.
Terrific. All in favor?
Aye.
Terrific. That carries. On to new business.
New business. Shannon, rock and roll.
We'll jump right to page 5.
So on page 5, normal subtenant rents, and then you'll see on the IDA side, we have management fee income, so that's gonna equate to the same amount of expense on the OCFC side. So that's a new line item. And then there was $59,743.76 of interest earnings for a total of $67,606.71 of income. Most of your expenses are standard. The Spectrum pension and compensation is what's in that professional fees, and that's, for the benefit plans. And then you'll see for February that marketing and PR is up, and that's capacity marketing, Palm Mall, broadcasting, and then a little more for acquisition marketing as well. And then for memberships and events, that's New York State EDC. We skip down, you'll have general counsel, and the litigation is part of that $6,202. Your normal standard payroll, and then your standard building expenses, nothing out of the ordinary there. So the total expenses for the month were $64,622.93. So actually for the month of February, there's a profit of $2,983.78.
Excellent.
Profit's good. Question for you, Bill, I think, why the jump in the marketing and PR?
Just timing with a few of our vendors coming in at once. We're finishing up with capacity marketing, and we're making our last payment to them for their work with branding and PR. Acquisitions were ramping up, doing a lot of social media work with us, going to help us with our podcast, and then the PAML, the radio as well. So we're gonna make some changes there in the next couple of months, but it's just a confluence of all three of those, so it's up.
Okay.
Some of these vendors, unfortunately, have not been great about timely invoices, so we're getting them more. I feel like all of them where we're doing, maybe not acquisitions, but the others where we end up getting a few bills at a time because we haven't had them. So I don't love it just because of the way it looks to the board, and to the public. It looks like it's uneven, but it is all normal.
It's called business.
Exactly. It's timing, so.
Any questions from you, Jeff?
No, not me.
I'm good if you want to move on.
Terrific. I will tell you that we can approve all the financial statements. We've done this in the board before in one vote.
Yeah.
We just didn't have it planned that way. We hadn't done it with you yet, but now that we had one meeting already, we can do that this way. We'll just do one vote to approve it, to recommend to the board for approval of these financial reports. Okay, so we'll keep moving. Payables, Shannon? Page 6.
Okay, normally Kelly or Marty does those.
True, we can. True. You want to do that?
Yeah, sure. These are all just regular invoices that we pay every month.
Yeah, these are all quite typical.
And you can see that I added the January next to the amount for February. Well, I mean, you do see a deluxe check. We had to order checks for the IDA and deposit slips, so that's what that amount is for. Other than that, I don't think there's very much different here that you see every month.
On the local labor, number 4234, just below the middle of page 6, that went down by about half. But the question would be, are those reimbursable, or these are ones we still owe?
No, these are ones that are reimbursable. So land does our West Warwick 1, 2, and 3, and they also do OC Hospitality, and we have escrow accounts for both of them.
Okay. But they still go through the books of the...
Well, we still pay like land, and then we get the money back.
From the escrow?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
But you don't see it on your financials in the front, that pass-through number anymore.
Okay.
Couple of questions. Why is the expense down for the fourth line down for the retirement plan? Was that a year end? Was that the setup for the year?
The 369 rather than the 1650?
Yeah.
The 1650 had...
That was, I'm thinking that 1650 was for 4 weeks of because it's 369.84 a week. So I don't know why it's only pulled 1 week in here. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
we're
have to go
approving
back
more
and re-look at that.
Okay. All right. And the increase legal, we'll talk about.
It's just timing. Again, that's they bill per hour, so it fluctuates.
Okay. That was for marketing. Everything else seems month over month.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Any questions from you, Jeff, on that?
Nope, I'm good,
All
thank you.
right. So we move forward.
Of course, if I could just add, as part of our new format here, we have essentially a QuickBooks report. We did it very manually before. Now all the bills are being entered into QuickBooks, so the report is here. And then we agreed that we would include the credit card statements as well, as is the one piece that you don't see. So those are in there. You're seeing that going forward now.
And then going forward, we'll include the voucher, if you want us to include the voucher in this packet
Yes.
also,
That'd be
for the management.
Yeah, so the credit card itself is this 2198?
There's 2 credit cards,
Yeah.
so that's the first one.
And this is the backup for that?
Yeah.
Utilities, Amazon, all of that?
Exactly.
All right. And then Elon?
Yes, that's the second credit card.
Okay. And this is the backup there.
Correct.
All right.
Now, I think we should have Shannon talk to the caption equivalents on page
Yep.
11, and then we can let her go.
Sure. So as I'm sure Mark is going to point out, you have 2 CDs that are maturing. One that actually matured as of this point, and then one that's maturing at the end of the month. You have another $5 million in Lakeland, and $400,000 in Connect One that matures in May. So that's $7,400,000 in the CDs, $89,000 in your trust escrows, which is not technically the IDA's money, and then $1,998,701 in the checking account. So that's timing of moving money over as well.
Great. Any questions on that?
So the outcome from the CD at Lakeland that was mature on March 6th is now in that figure?
No.
I misunderstood.
We opened up the CD in March, or it was a T-bill we opened up in March for $2.5 million at 6 months. So we took the 1.99.
We're reporting February balances though, so.
Oh, right. Got it.
So.
Thank you.
All right. Do you have any other questions, Jeff, before I start asking?
No.
Okay. So we've got,
Should we let Shannon go? Any questions for her, or we're just gonna talk CDs?
we're just gonna
Sorry.
talk CDs, Shannon, it's up to you.
We'll let you go, Shannon.
It's up to you guys.
Anything else you could imagine they would ask her for? I don't think we would either, frankly, so let her get back to her family if we could. Well, it's audit season, she's working, I'm sure.
So go pick on someone else, Shannon.
Have fun, everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Shannon, we
Bye.
appreciate it.
Bye now.
Bye.
Good night.
Goodbye.
So we have since converted this Lakeland, is that correct?
Yes, so we've taken that Lakeland, the 1 million, and then we took 1.5 million out of the checking account to make a T-bill for 2.5 million for 6 months.
All right, so that should come due roughly in September?
That will come due September 5th, 2024. And that was 5.17% we got it for.
Beautiful. All right, so that one, all right, so we can cross that Lakeland off,
Yeah,
right, in theory, because that doesn't exist anymore.
Correct.
So now we have one that'll be coming due next week, if I'm correct, this TD Bank,
yes, the 26th.
for 1 million?
Mhm.
Okay. So my recommendation would be this. We put that in a 3-month with JP Morgan at 5.22, if we can get it. Because then what that will do is we will be able to then pair that up with this Connect One that comes due in May. The one that comes due in May will basically just sit in the bank account for a couple of weeks until the TD Bank / new JP Morgan comes due in June. and then we can pair those up. And then we will be on a rotating basis. So we have the 2.5 that comes due in September. We have 5 million that comes due in January. When we marry these up in June, we'll put those in 3 months.
The Connect
Mm,
One
maybe,
and this T-bill?
Yeah. The Connect One and the new T-bill that you guys come up with, we'll connect. And then we'll make a decision there what we do, because 3 months would bring it in September, which we already have. 6 months would bring it, so maybe we put it longer term. Yeah, but regardless, this is what we do right now. We take this TD, we convert it into the 3-month T-bill for that, if you can get it at 3.22%, or, sorry, 5.22%.
Okay, so you want just the 1 million, do you want the plus interest in the T-bill?
I mean, I like compounding interest, right? It means we make more money. Your best guess, are you saying we took 1.5 out of checking, so you're saying we have roughly 500,000 in our checking,
Mm-hmm,
give or take?
yeah,
Okay.
I think 503, because I looked at it today.
Who's counting?
All right, so we have roughly 500,000 in our checking. I mean, you know, we're talking about, what did I say, this? What's it, then 500 divided by 4, so you're looking at roughly $17,000. I mean, it's fine, you can keep it around number and just put the rest in checking.
So you want 1 million
Yeah,
in the T-bill?
that's fine. And then we can reassess for June, when we marry them up, and make a decision, you know, because we marry them up in June, that'd be 1.4, maybe we take, you know, that 100,000 out of there, out of checking, and make it 1.5 million. Yeah, so, but yeah, let's just do the 1 million, and we'll put the interest in the checking account.
Okay.
Make sense?
Sure.
Can we get a motion and include the institution and?
I'm not good at motions, I talk too
Okay.
much, you make the motion.
And does this motion include all of the financial business that I don't think we approved yet? Or do you want to do that separate from the CD?
I'd like to do the CD separate.
Okay,
Yeah.
so to get the CD out of the way, I'd make a motion to do a 3-month T-bill in the JP Morgan. If we can get it at 5.22%, and that would become due then in June.
Yes.
Can I just
Okay.
ask you a question though, since the interest rates fluctuate,
Oh.
we can't guarantee it's gonna
Yeah.
be 5.22.
Good point.
As close to it
Yeah.
as what I, yeah.
3.46, but.
Yes.
Okay, that's better.
If you see something where a different one looks better at that point by a significant amount, I would even keep flexibility in the motion to go where the interest rate is most advantageous.
They don't seem to be fluctuating that much
Yeah.
week to week, but
Okay.
that one may be better than the other. They
Yeah.
usually kind of are staying in their
They
same lanes,
all
you know?
look fairly close here, so
Yeah,
it
they are.
probably will still be the JP Morgan
Yeah.
treasury rate.
If I can counter real quick, Jeff, I would only suggest, even if, let's say the treasury rate is less than the Lakeland Bank by a few little basis points, I would still do the treasury,
Okay.
simply because we have a substantial amount of Lakeland already.
Diversification,
Yeah.
And
absolutely.
so
Okay,
I'd
good
like
point.
to, you know, so,
So let's stick with
So-
JP Morgan.
yeah, JP Morgan at
T-bill.
the prevailing rate.
Yep,
Great, terrific.
That's
Got
my
it.
motion.
All right, we have a motion.
Second.
Second by Mark, all in favor?
aye.
Terrific, carried that. And we covered all the reports, so why don't we move to recommend to the board, full board approval of these financials for OCIDA.
I will make a motion to send these to the board, approved.
Terrific.
Second.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Terrific. All right, great. Now we just need, unless there's anything else, a motion to adjourn.
Anything with the audit?
Well,
Yeah,
that'd be-
again, I would just,
that'd be
again,
nice.
I know everyone, but I do truly want to applaud you all for the audit. Again, came back with absolutely no markups on it, which again is incredibly impressive that the auditor came back and gave us a full and complete thumbs up. Again, kudos to you, your team, you all, and we're on track to have our parish reporting done on time and complete, which is again tremendous and very exciting. So again, kudos to everybody.
Thanks very much.
Yes, thank you.
And a motion to adjourn.
I'll make the motion.
I second.
Sure.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned.